Hello, I'm Shannon from the Dell MD Storage Engineering team, and today I will talk to you about best practices for Dell's PowerVault iSCSI storage arrays, the MD3200i and 3600i. Best practices are important to follow in order to ensure that your storage array works as expected. These recommendations provide for a fault-tolerant, high-performance environment, which maximizes the IP-SAN capabilities of the MD3200i and 3600i. As an aid to configuring your iSCSI network, complete the iSCSI configuration worksheet found in the Getting Started guide. After completing the worksheet, it is recommended that you draw up the configuration before setting up the solution. Always configure redundant iSCSI data paths in order to provide alternate paths to and from the host server should one of your data paths become disabled. Dell provides the modular disk configuration utility on the resource DVD shipped with your array, which automates this process for you. Redundancy is achieved with dual controllers in the array and by connecting two separate Ethernet switches to each of the controllers in the array. Refer to this diagram in the Dell PowerVault MD series storage arrays IP-SAN best practices document. It is recommended that you use a dedicated IP-SAN for iSCSI data transmission. This way, management traffic can be isolated on a separate management network. To have secure access between your host and array, target and mutual CHAP authentication should be enabled on the hosts and storage arrays. Be sure to follow standard CHAP password guidelines for best security. It is also recommended that you set a management password on all MD storage arrays in your IP-SAN and make sure that the strength of your password meets standard IT guidelines. Turn on the STP portfast feature on the switch ports that connect end nodes, like iSCSI initiators and storage array network interfaces, in order to allow immediate transition of the ports into the forwarding state. Flow control and jumbo frame should be enabled on the switch ports that handle iSCSI traffic to obtain maximum performance benefit. To ensure consistent behavior, jumbo frames must be enabled throughout the entire iSCSI SAN from the NICs, switches, and array ports. If multiple NICs are installed on a host, it is recommended that you use different subnets for management and iSCSI data links. Throughout the network, always use at least Cat5e Ethernet cables for the MD3200i series and at least Cat6 Ethernet cables for the MD3600i series. Before connecting any cables between the host server and the storage array, physically label each port and connector. And always remember to follow proper power up and power down procedures when cycling power across the network. You must also ensure that critical network components are on separate power circuits. For a complete list of best practice procedures, you may find this documentation at support.dell.com/manuals.